Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Vocast. I'm your host, Drew. Things look a little different, don't they? I'm using my photography camera for the first time on the channel. Let me know how you guys like it. Today we're going to be doing a long-awaited reaction and breakdown. I've been asked to do this several times over the last little while, ever since I started the channel, so we're finally getting around to it. We're going to be reacting to and breaking down Dimash's performance as of SOS. Like I said, long time coming, but it's here. So I'm aware of a copyright issue with this particular video and many other Dimash videos and performances, so there will be a blur throughout the video to prevent any copyright issues. With that said, let's jump into the Sorry about that. I have no idea what I'm doing with my brain sometimes. Anyway, let's jump into this reaction and breakdown, and let's see what we can learn more about him. What we can learn more about him? Let us see what we can learn about Dimash and his voice. Alright, folks. Let's get into reacting to and breaking down Dimash's voice. Let's do it.
Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris.
Very intimate singing so far. He's using falsetto right now. Head voice, hello. That head voice is unbelievably controlled. That head voice. Man. Hello, opera technique. Wow. That's a rock belt if I've ever heard one. Holy crap. Wow. What? What? How does it? How's this? How did? Wow. Holy crap. What? I just... How do you... How do you... How do you put a voice like that into words? That just... What? How does this man exist? How does this voice exist in this man? Oh, man. I'm... Okay. There's going to be a lot of breaking down and stuff to do here. But it's not going to be about an arrangement per se. It's going to be more about his voice and everything going on with it. And I'm going to try to keep it under 30 minutes. So we'll see where we're at after this. But holy freaking crap, what a voice. Ugh, okay. All right. So give you a few seconds and then we'll go into the breakdown analysis portion. So give you 3, 2, 1. All right, folks. So this brings us to the musical analysis and breakdown portion. Now, normally this would be a analysis of an arrangement as well, but seeing how this appears to be a live performance, we'll be more focusing on his vocal technique and the way his voice sounds. So with that said, we're going to jump back into this and we're going to start at the beginning. Guys, this dude is insane.
Pourquoi je vis? Pourquoi je meurs?
So, okay, so what the vocal technique he is using here to start off is called falsetto, for those that don't know. And it is typically trademarked by the... I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. It's typically identified by the very airy-like sound. Falsetto is usually used to reach much higher notes because you can't go very far low with it. It's more of a upper range technique. So it's more of a... You know, you can do a lot of higher stuff with it. It's more often successful for males, if I understand this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that is a technique he's using here at the beginning. It's a very intimate, very light mechanism start, and for sure he's not trying that hard, but he's more focusing on the feel of what he's singing rather than trying to show off here at the very beginning. So
Pourquoi je ris? Pourquoi je pleure? Voici le SOS.
and he's still in falsetto here.
D'un derrière en détresse.
Okay, so that note there, he started with his chest voice. And hearing this note and the quality of it, it sounds like he's got somewhat decent vocal fold closure. He's got fairly decent resonance. So to me, he sounds like a baritone or high baritone singer so far from what I've heard, but we'll continue to listen on. Okay, so that right there is head voice. So that's a different register than full chest voice. And head voice is a way for males and females alike to reach higher notes, but albeit not within their chest voice, within head voice. So the reason why it's called head voice is because the placement of the note is actually up here, actually in your head. So it's not full chest voice in that regard. So instead of going, I'm right here at the limit of my top of my range. So then I can start dipping into head voice. So it sounds a little bit different. So this is what chest sounds like for me at the top of my range. Right now I've got the B flat 4, but if I wanted to go higher, I would have to use head voice because my chest voice caps out at the B flat 4 here. So I'll try to go higher, and I'll show you what will happen if I try to go higher. See, I crack. That's the top of my chest range. In order to go higher, I'll have to dip into head voice, use a chest head voice mix. So it's very useful to go higher, and if it's especially useful if you're controlled with it and you're able to use it tastefully. And so far, Dimash has got a very, very strong head voice. So we'll move on. And he's bouncing back and forth between head voice and falsetto here. So he went from chest voice to head voice again. And my second thought here is that I'm starting to think he's a high baritone. Based off of the way his voice sounds, and the way that B3 sounds. So it wasn't super dark. It was pretty resonant, but is a very solid B3. So that's my reference point for his voice classification. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I don't know much about operatic technique, so I can't talk much about it, but I believe this is operatic head voice. So operatic technique is typically characterized by a very strong vibrato, and that's just about all I can say about that. So let me listen to this note again to see what he hit, and then I'll try to put it on a piano for you. F sharp G flat 5. Let's see. No, that's a F sharp G flat 6. Ka. Back into chest voice. And his chest voice, he's very, very controlled with his pitch. He's got incredible pitch control. This man has got a very good pitch control. So, it's wild. Okay, so I think that was a full chest voice. I think that's a full chest voice, F sharp G flat 5. So this note here. But that's a full-on rock belt out of what sounds like chest voice. It could be head voice, and it could just be well projected and well controlled. But Dimash is really blurring the lines here between chest and head voice because of how tight he is with this. Nuts. Listen to this rock belt, and then we'll move on. G flat F sharp 5 out of a male voice, folks. So let me draw your attention to something that Dimash is just ridiculously good at. He's used 3 or 4 different registers at this point. He's used his traditional chest voice. He's used head voice. He's used falsetto. And it's just... this guy is ridiculous. The transitions between these registers have been seamless, too. It's just... I mean, what else is there to say about a voice and a person this unreal? I mean, crikey, mate. I'm not Steve Irwin, I promise. Head voice. So he's also really good at riffing. If you can listen for it, you can listen to how good he is at this. Okay, so he went from the F sharp G flat 5, that might be a 6 or 5, one of the two. And he goes higher than that here, and he's going to go even higher. So let's listen to that middle high note, and then we're going to listen to the highest note he does here in a second. One more time. I think I can find out what this is on my own. I'm pretty good with identifying notes most of the time, but when it gets this high, it starts getting difficult for me. One more. He is literally, I don't know the exact notes here, and I can't spend the time trying to identify it, but this man is in the top of the 6th octave, and he's belting in the 6th octave in head voice, and it sounds out of this world. How can you make head voice, how can you belt in head voice this high and make it sound this good? I mean, what is... how do you respond? How do you describe a voice this powerful? Crazy. Chest voice here. Falsetto. And he is just belting like crazy in his chest voice here. And it's just ridiculous. Like, to have that clean and that loud of a chest belt in the top of the 4th going into the 5th octave, and it be this well controlled both in pitch and in tonality. Nuts. So I think he belted a B5 there. I think it was head voice, but like I said, he's so good at blurring the lines that you really can't. Sometimes you can't even really tell. But he goes really high again here in a second. So I'm going to back up 5 seconds, and then we'll see where he went. He went to like a D6, I believe. D6, folks, out of a male voice. And he just came down from belting in his chest voice. And he's doing this in his head voice. Ridiculous. And he riffed down doing this. He riffed down doing this. Holy crap. Back to the intimate feel, like the beginning. No human. This kind of voice does not belong within a human. I mean, is this dude real? I mean, he is, but... I mean, you can't help but to laugh. Because this dude is so ridiculously talented, I can't help but to laugh. I can't help but to laugh. Golly, dude. Okay. I see why you guys wanted me to react to him. There's way more that I would love to say that I just simply don't have time to say. But, wow. Okay. Alright, well, I guess that brings us to the end of this reaction and analysis. Yeah, so with that said, that's going to bring this one to a close. I'm definitely going to cover Dimash in the future. Going to have to work around the copyright related issues with him, but we're definitely going to cover more of this guy. This is quite possibly one of the strongest voices I've ever heard, and that's a very bold statement to make. So, with that said, I'm going to bring this one to a close, and we will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. This has been Drew on the Vocast. Bye.